What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be running you through 3 different ways that you can get better at playing Splitgate. There's a ton of new players coming onto the beta, myself included, coming from games that simply don't know how to use an anti-cheat. So I'm going to be showing you 3 different ways that I found helpful, tips that I received from friends and by watching videos on how to improve and just get better. It might be a little complicated with the portal system, but I'm going to talk about that. We're going to get right into it. It's going to be a quick video. I'm going to show you the 3 different tips, get into a little bit of detail on each. Let's jump into it. First tip is actually your keybinds. The default keybinds that the game presents you can actually throw you off a little bit, because you're going to have pretty much 4 different keys for a portal. You're going to have portal 1, you're gonna have portal 2, and you're gonna have the exit keys, or the keys that are gonna take away each of those portals. So just off the bat, I know a lot of people will have mice that only have the 2 buttons on it, myself included. But a lot of people actually have mice that have multiple buttons, which would actually be beneficial in this area. But for me, I'm going to run through the keybinds that I have, the ones that I change. And in my opinion, you don't want to copy keybinds. It's really just like a preference thing. Not everybody's going to use the same keybinds. It's really how you want to use it. And some people that might be watching this are on controller, so that's a little bit different. But for keyboard, everybody's different. You have crouch with C, or you have a mouse button that crouches, or you use shift or whatnot. So I'm going to run you through what I'm using currently, what I feel comfortable with, and yeah. So a couple things that I have changed in here. The first thing being the action button. I'm used to a lot of games that have E as an action button, so I actually just transferred that over from F. So just because I'm used to it, I hate switching games that have the difference between E and F, so I switched that over. And a couple of the other things here are the portals. So I have a final mouse, and so I have the 2 thumb buttons. So my top, or the one that's closest to the top of the mouse, or the front of the mouse I should say, is my left portal, or first portal, and my bottom button, the one closest to the back or the further down the mouse, is my right portal, or second portal. So I'm going to actually count these as portal 1 and portal 2. And so to close your portal 1, I'm not even sure what the default was. It just didn't make sense to me. Maybe it was Z and X, but for me, the way I play, 3 and 4 or 4 and 5 would actually be beneficial for me. But I started out with 3 and 4, and I'm somewhat used to it. So in order to shoot the left portal, I use this button, and in order to shoot the right portal, I use this button. And to close them, 3 and 4, it's simple. I find myself shooting them more than actually closing them, because you could just continuously shoot. Like if you shoot 1 here and 2 there, you could then shoot 2 over here, and it replaces it without having to close it. So that's what I found helpful with the portals. So maybe if you want to try using mouse buttons, it's just a quicker way of doing it. And besides that, I changed push to talk and whatnot, but that's not really player based, or it's not going to affect your gameplay. But I really wanted to talk about that because that's a big part of the game, the portals. So as long as you have them in a comfortable spot where you can use them at a very fast pace, then you will be great at the game. Tip number 2, to actually enjoy the game, is actually how to get past the queue. So I know they've recently put an update out about the queue and trying to fix it or allow a bigger capacity. So just a very quick tip: don't plan on getting into it as soon as you load it. Give yourself time. Just load the game up early if you want to, or if you can, load it up early while you're home. And even if you're not playing, load it up, minimize it, and it'll stay there, and it won't log you out. I've done that enough. The past 3 days that I've played this game, I was able to do that, and I just avoid the high queue times during the nighttime hours that I'm actually playing the game. So just a quick tip, that one's easy, and that'll help you skip that and actually be able to play the game when you want to play it. Okay, so with my first 2 tips out there, I'd like to give my last quick tip, and that's actually just kind of knowing the weapon spawns. And it's not so much memorizing. There's a lot of maps and whatnot, but just understand that there are the weapons out there and that they have different timers for each of the weapons. And I will actually make a whole nother video about the weapons and how often they spawn, the different timers for each of them. But just in general, as you can see on my screen, you know, there's a sniper, there's an SMG, there's a railgun, and I believe the shotgun is up there. So, you know, obviously close quarters, you're going to want to use the shotgun, you're going to want to know where it is, and in the other maps, you're going to want to know where the sniper is. One-shot, headshot, and just a very fun gun to use, you know, not always needing to aim in and whatnot. So, that's always going to be helpful on any map you play, any game mode you play. So it's keen to actually understand where those are spawning. And again, there's a lot of maps, it's hard to actually memorize where they're spawning in every precise location, but just understand that they're on every map. So make use of them when you can. So with that being said, those are my 3 tips for starting out with Splitgate. And like I said, I'm going to create a video about the different guns that do spawn and their time rate or their respawn rates, how often they spawn, where they spawn, whatnot. So I'll make a quick video about that. That'll be coming up probably in the next week or so. So if you are new here and you want to find your way back, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like if this was helpful in any way, and I will see you in the next video.